And good afternoon. Welcome to TSPN TV, and this is Supervisor Richard Forster. Sitting in today, we are going to start off our first segment today talking about the Board of Supervisors meeting for September 24th, 2013, and what we're going to see on the agenda there. There'll be Department of Transportation Public Works, a couple items there on speed surveys, environmental health, Central Sierra Connect, Mountain County Water Resources, UCCE, which is our University of California system, and Community Development Block Grant Program. But then in our second segment, we're going to have Jim McCargue in from Amador County. Jim is the Director of Solid Waste and Safety Programs. It's a new position that's been created, and Jim will tell us all about the Waste Management and Recycling Department, as well as all of the safety issues that he has to deal with Amador County now. But it's nice to see a person from within promote that shows a little initiative, and we'll talk to Jim in our second segment today. With that, we're going to take a break now. We'll be right back and look at our Board of Supervisors agenda.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
And this is Supervisor Richard Forster back with you on TSPN TV, talking about the Board of Supervisors agenda coming up for September 24th. Meeting always starts at 9 a.m. We have a closed session starting at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. I started that about four years ago plus now, in order to get a little more business done in the morning. But starting off our meeting today, we're going to bring an item back that was on a previous agenda, and this is updating the speed ordinance to reflect new engineered speed surveys. Those speed surveys show that the speed should change on Climax Road in one section, Shake Ridge Road, and Willow Creek Road. Problem is we have some neighbors, especially in the Climax Road area, that do not want that speed, and what it shows is the speed needs to increase. And I'll read this exactly like it is. I'm having a hard time understanding it too. But if you go by the California Vehicle Code section, it provides that when the county determines upon the basis of an engineering or traffic study that the current speed limit is more than is reasonable or safe upon any portion of any street, then you do a traffic study and then you raise it so that people can go faster, so that the movement of traffic is reasonable and safe. And I think the board is having a hard time understanding that too, is if you're looking at a speed limit that is more than is reasonable or safe, then why would you raise it to make it so that the movement of traffic is reasonable and safe? So the board will have plenty of discussion on this. I know there'll be individuals from Climax Road. We did have one individual from Willow Creek Road in my district that opposed the increase in the existing speed of 45 miles an hour. The 85th percentile, according to the study, showed it at 54 miles per hour. So then you have to raise it to 50 miles per hour. So that speed would go from 45 to 50. Climax will go from 35 to 40, and Shake Ridge from 30 to 35 in those sections that are marked and tested out that it was more reasonable for traffic to go faster. And the problem with these speed surveys is they create an endless cycle of faster speeds, because when they're done, almost 100%, they cause the traffic speed to increase. They show that people are going very too slow for the area, and the traffic speed has to be increased. And that's too slow for the marked miles per hour that people can go. So this is a big issue, and we want people to be safe, and that doesn't just mean the driving public. It means those people that live in the areas that are pulling out from their driveways, and those people, as the one gentleman said from Willow Creek, that has his kids, he won't even let them go down to the mailbox and pick up the mail anymore because traffic is going too fast. He's afraid somebody's going to crash on the road. We do have a couple of resolutions for employees that are retiring. We have one for Robert Bobby Oliveira, is retiring from the county after, I believe, 37 years of work with the County of Amador, and primarily Bobby was working on the bridges and how to mark the bridges and the signage. We have environmental health. Bob Ford is retiring from the county after many years of service. Bob had other things that he has done throughout his career, but in 1997 he joined the County of Amador Environmental Health Department, and always sad to see employees move on, especially when they put a significant amount of time into the county. Bobby Oliveira, as it said, still lives in the home where he grew up with his parents, and parents, I'm guessing, have moved on now, but he still lives in the home. We'll have Frank Lasinski and Daryl Slocum come in from the Volcano Telephone Company to talk about, in Volcano Communications, to talk about their efforts to expand the broadband access in Amador County, and the current status of the Scenic CVIN network, which is a group that has come together, a large group throughout the foothill communities and the mountain counties, to try and get that broadband access in our local rural communities. Very important, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. Mountain Counties Water Resources Association, the board will discuss its membership in mountain counties and whether we want to continue that. Not a lot of money. You're talking $500 for associate member status, non-voting. It does keep us informed what's going on, but you know what? In budgets, $500 is $500 now, so we need to take a look at that. We'll have Scott Ornetto come in from the University of California Cooperative Extension and talk about the programs that are taking place with the UCCE. Just a quick rundown of what they do. They work obviously with agriculture and outreach to our local people in agriculture, ranchers and farmers of primary interest. You got disease resistance in Christmas trees, irrigation on slopes, mapping of red leaf problems in vineyards, and general weed control. You have a farm day they put on, ag industry, a teacher's ag summer institute, and creating and sustaining your local school garden workshops. And then they get into a lot of issues they deal with forestry and noxious weeds that are moving into our forest areas. And then they deal with water quality and, as I said, controlling those noxious weeds like Medusa head. So we have a lot of issues that Mr. Ornetto will present to us. I know one of the big ones that's been a little point of contention is that UCCE has a temporary or a office in our department that is only part-time now. I think it was in our county and operates 3 days a week. The primary office is located in El Dorado County. So with our mountain counties now, we're thinned out, and with their budget with UC Cooperative Extension, they're trying to maximize their dollars. So we'll talk about the 4-H program, how it is running in Amador County. Larry Fosson, our director there, is resigning or has retired. So we have a lot to talk about on that issue. The remaining issues left on the agenda will deal with a community development block grant. This is over in the River Pines area. Problem here is it's competing now with a previous block grant that was approved for upcountry with the water agency, so we'll have to discuss that issue. That and many more issues on the agenda tomorrow, but right now we're going to go to a break, and we'll bring back Jim McCargue and talk to him in our next segment. So let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.